Good day to you all. I am Dr. Smita Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dungar College, Bikaner. And today I will be telling you about impact factor of journal. In this lecture, I will be telling you what do you mean by impact factor, where impact factor is necessary, how impact factor is necessary in your research work, what are its advantages, what are its disadvantages, and how you can find the impact factor of a journal through simple means. All this we'll be discussing in this lecture. So first of all, let's take its background. Initially, the concept impact factor was introduced by Eugene Garfield. He conceived lot number of bibliometric concepts, out of which impact factor has made the greatest impact on the research world. In 1975 version of Science Citation Index, Eugene Garfield and its institute added a new component to their information product, and that was known as Journal Citation Report. Before adding this, they took a large survey and tested for a large scale. In fact, they proposed the concept of impact factor as early as 1963. They kept on testing it on larger scale till 1972, and finally in 1975 JCR was introduced. It was the first comprehensive reporting of their data. Garfield put forward two short papers in the first edition of JCR. First was entitled Journals, References and Citations, and second was Why the Journal Citation Reports. And he explained all the research community the necessity of the citations, references, and just he put forward the necessity of JCR. It was lots of criticism as always. He replied to some of the criticism leveled at the Science Citation Index from the scientific community, and he provided a proper justifications of interpreting citations, and he declared them as indicators of usage of scholarly literature. He explained the community that it was very difficult for them to decide what was the criteria of selection to point out impact factor or JCR. For this purpose, he exploited his experience of the past years, during which he brought out certain current awareness periodicals, and finally he decided the criteria. The criteria that was fixed were as follows. First, the serial should be research or review periodical. It should be peer reviewed. It should be international in scope, and it should be very regular as to publication schedule. He chose these criteria and worked more or less. These criteria that were fixed worked more or less satisfactorily. And as the research and SCI progressed, Garfield finally acquired a weapon in form of citations to evaluate a periodical or a research journal more scientifically and objectively. So this was the basic background behind which led to impact factor. Now, one might think that it was before impact factor. Why impact factor? If we are saying that citations came into picture and citations were used, then why impact factor was introduced? This I can explain with a very small example. See, even before advent of impact factor, journals have been started ranking on the basis of citations, its productivity and its opinion survey and so on. But all these ranking methods have certain flaws in them. Let's take a small example. Suppose we are putting journals ranking on the basis of citations. So I have taken here in the table, you can see that there are several journals JA to JE, and they are all journals of the same subject and are considered to be the same standard journal as by the subject experts. Now from the table you can see the journal JA received maximum citations in a year, but it received least average citations per paper per year, but still it had first rank in the series because it has the citation received in a year were highest. On the other hand, if we see JE journal, it received 3 times more citations per paper per year. Still it has occupied 5th position, lowest position, because of the lower citation number. This was the basic flaw of ranking by citation count, and this was the reason impact factor was conceived to overcome this particular flaw. Now let's come to the definition of impact factor. So as defined by Garfield, impact factor is the ratio of number of citations received by source items in a particular year to the number of source items published over a fixed period of time in a particular periodic publication or a journal. Now here by source items we mean that these can be original articles, editorials, letters, short communication, reports, notes, review articles, etc. The impact factor provided in journal citation reports are computed considering the fixed period of time as 2 years. So, while calculating impact factor, generally the fixed period of time is taken as 2 years. This particular impact factor, popularly known as JCR impact factor or SCI impact factor, is usually used all over the world. Now this impact factor which we are using presently in our research world are based on certain axioms. What are these axioms? Let us see. First is most source items will be cited. This is first axiom. Second is the citation generation potential. CGP will vary from source item to source item. And third, the citation received by a source item will vary from year to year with some exceptions. These were the 3 axioms that are considered to generate a certain impact factor. Now here a source item may receive 10 citations in the first year. In the second year it may receive 20 or many more citations. This is a possibility. With the passage of time, the CGP of source item generally decreases. As we know, it has also been seen that some source items do not receive any citations at all. So all these are also taken into consideration. So based on this axioms, we can state following points. First and the foremost, the impact factor of a journal is dependent on the database providing the impact factor. This is most important statement that we derive from the axiom. It will vary from year to year as the source items and their respective CGPs will vary. Every year a journal will have new set of source items, and CGP will keep on changing, and in turn impact factor of journal will also alter. Impact factor of a journal is likely to vary if the character of the source items of journal vary. Suppose it has generally seen that on average a review article receives more citations, and if a pure research article is there, it gets very few citations. So this is also the impact factor of journal. If it is publishing more of the review articles, then naturally its impact factor can increase. And some journals also in some journals we see that there is mixed content. Both review articles are there and research articles are there, and in that case its impact factor may likely to decrease, and vice versa. The variation in impact factor of a journal is likely to be significant if the database adds to or deletes from its stock a significant number of journals. So impact factor can also vary. Impact factor is greatly dependent on the database which the impact factor is using. If the database deletes certain number of journals from its stock, then impact factor of a certain journal may greatly reduce. So these are all the parameters that are based on the exams for that is given for a impact factor. So let us talk about working impact factor. We only say impact factor. Actually it is not impact factor, it is working impact factor. How is this so? Let us see. Impact factor of a journal is being provided by a database, and that will never be absolute, because the database will cover only those citations received by source items that figure in the journals that are covered by the database. It will not cover those citations that are not present that are present in the journals that are not covered by the database. Suppose a database covers 10,000 journals in different fields. So this database will only be able to capture citations that are figuring in these 10,000 journals, but there is possibility that the citations may vary, may be from other than other journals which are not covered in the database. As a result, the impact factor a database will provide will always be a working impact factor, not an absolute impact factor. That is why I am saying that the impact factor that we are using is a working impact factor. It can never be absolute impact factor. Let us see its mathematical formula. The impact factor of journal can be represented as shown in the equation. IF stands for impact factor of the journal J for the year Y. C1 and C2, they both denote number of citations received by S1 and S2 source items. S1 and S2 are the source item in the year Y. And S1 and S2 are the number of source items published in journal J in year Y1 and Y2. This is the basic formula for calculating impact factor. Suppose the journal J has published 32 and 36 source items in the year 1907 and 1908. And these source items have received respectively 40 and 28 citations since 1909. Then by the formula, impact factor of the journal will be 40 plus 28 upon 32 plus 36, that comes out to be 1. So in this way, impact factor for a certain journal is calculated. It takes into consideration 2 years, past 2 years. So if we are seeing the impact factor of a journal, then we should know for which year this impact factor has been provided to us. Now we'll talk about the features of the impact factor. See, it is a pure number and it does not have any unit. Yes, it is not a constant. The number is expressed up to 3 digits. The norms have been set in JCR that the number is expressed up to 3 digits after decimal in JCR. Suppose 2.319. In this way, it is generally expressed. It is year specific. This is very important because of various factors. It generally varies from year to year. Also, it is database specific. If we are considering a certain journal and we are using database DA, then impact factor of journal in database DA may be different from the impact factor of the same journal in database DB. So it is database dependent. The value of impact factor generally lies between 0 and 50. It may go beyond 50 due to certain reasons, but generally it lies between 0 to 50. As observed, by and large, review periodicals have greater impact factor than research periodicals. Also, it is also dependent on subject. It varies from subject to subject. The main important thing is that impact factor indicates the standing of the journal in the world. Where does this journal stand in the research world? It is also considered as an indication of the quality of the journal in most of the cases. However, it is not fully taken as a indication of the quality, but it may be considered as indication of the quality. Now we'll discuss how to find an impact factor of a journal. So there are two ways of finding an impact factor of a certain journal. First, a simple method. If you don't have access to any academic library, then the easiest way is to find it by googling the name of the journal and the words impact factor. On the Google research, type the name of the journal and write impact factor. Generally, journals provide impact factor on their home page. Many times it is listed in the search result page, but it may be older one. So if in order to ensure, you must open the journal's home page, and when you go there, you can see about section. Generally in about section, it is impact factor is given for a good journals. Sometimes if we see the journals provide impact factor, but it is not recent one. In fact, maximum journals do not provide the recent impact factor. Also, journals 5-year impact factor is also not provided. However, there are good journals that provide 5-year impact factor. These matrices helps us to decide the quality of the journal. If you want to send some paper, research paper to a journal, to a journal, in order to find the good impact factor, you will have to do a lot of searching and lot of clicking around. This is one of the way of finding impact factor. The second way to find impact factor is to log on to academic library system. If you have access to any academic library system, you can connect with or look for either databases or Web of Science which contains some of the information in the journal citation reports. If databases are listed, then you can click on the journal citation reports and then science citation index, and then you can search the journal you are interested in. You get a tabular form of the impact factor there, and there you get the latest impact factor. But if the journal you are searching is not listed in the database, then you will not be able to find it. If it is not listed in the database, you can find it in Web of Science also, if your library is offering it, and then you can search there. So this is the second way of finding the impact factor. So how useful is the current impact factor system? We have discussed what is impact factor, on which criteria it is based, and what does it, how can we find impact factor of a journal. So why we are using the current impact factor system? How useful is it? See, for if you are an author or doing some research and you want to publish it, it is a very good thing to send your research paper to a good journal by seeing its impact factor. So for a researcher or an author or a publisher, it is very easy to find a good journal to send its research work, because it provides us metric for the citation based statistics. But some of many feel that impact factor have many faults. The top of the list is top of the list. Let us take up. Impact factor can't truly measure a journal's importance, as it is perceived by many to do. Journals are complex, and it is difficult to quantify exactly where they stand compared to other journals. This impact factor cannot tell us. Of additional concern is a single groundbreaking article can inflate a journal's impact factor for a couple of years and not really spill over, have an effect on the journal or other articles. So if suppose we have a good research article is published in a journal, and due to that the impact factor of that journal may rise for a couple of years, but this doesn't mean that this journal has a good quality research. Only single paper cannot decide it. But with as we see, for an impact factor, it is seen that a single paper is able to change the impact factor of the journal. Also, gaming at any level is always introduced in the system, and it is of concern as well. Also, editors, editorial board members, and even authors can knowingly self-cite the publications, and this may affect the impact factor. So impact factor calculation also have certain faults in it. Because of this, research matrices have been constantly topic of research, and many new research matrices have been introduced. We'll be studying more about research matrices in our next lecture. Impact factor is one of the research matrices. But what different types of research matrices are available, we'll be discussing in next lecture. I hope you have understood the importance of impact factor, how impact factor is calculated and what are the disadvantages of the impact factor. Thank you.